couple steals in their loss to Alcorn on Thursday.
Great ball movement that time, showed a lot of patience, and the thing that Coach Ivory likes to do is play this matchup as a 1-1-3 matchup. He's going to stay in it 75% of the ball game today.
Chase Adams in the lineup, missed 7 games with a fractured foot, hurt in practice after they played Southern earlier in the season. Right now, down the lane goes Mr. Evans. Ken Evans with his first basket, and now the crowd can sit down. They stand until Jackson State scores their first bucket.
Just what I was talking about in the open. Ken Evans can attack off the bounce. Did a good job that last time getting the ball to the paint. And now the second defensive opportunity for the Tigers. They switch back to man, doubling in the post.
Gibson. Still a whistle goes against Jackson State.
And the thing that you want to see early on is the intensity level of the JSU Tigers. That's the thing that in talking to Coach Mo Williams this morning, he talked about 3 things. One, their intensity level, having the right mindset, and he felt like O'Neal and Johnson needed to dominate the game as far as inside, controlling the rebound, controlling the glass.
At the free throw line, Gibson, 66% free throw shooter. Senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis Academy of Sports and Science. Second one off the mark as that foul was whistled against Trayon Johnson. Johnson with the rebound.
As you see, Valley is sticking with what they do defensively. It's a 2-3 matchup zone, and the whole key in playing a matchup defense, you must communicate and adjust to the offensive scheme. Nice hit-ahead pass.
And nice finish that time by Gibson. Correction, Donovan Sanders. He has all of the points for Mississippi Valley.
Off to a great start is Donovan. Good on-ball defense. And in shoot-around this morning, JSU worked extensively on how they wanted to attack the matchup. And that's not what they wanted to do.
No. Chase Adams with the air ball that time, but let's look at the fast break right now and the finish that time by Donovan Sanders. He's a junior out of Walls, Mississippi.
That was a nice advanced pass that time to get it to Sanders.
In his first meeting against this team, in which Jackson State won down in Itabena, Mississippi, he wound up with 18 points and 6 assists for the Delta Devils. That is Donovan Sanders I'm talking about. Here's a turnover by Mississippi Valley. 3-point ball game here. Mississippi Valley on top. George Ivory having fun with our officials. Glenn Tewitt, Winston Trotter, and Jeremy Campbell, our referees today.
And again, look for Valley to stick with the matchup zone, and the defense actually matches up to the offensive positioning of the players on offense. So you'll see a lot of adjustments, but again, you must communicate and you must adjust. It's not just a regular 2-3.
Jordan O'Neal, a little bloody nose. That was the hold up. Here's Sanders after the steal, the pass off left side to Danny Washington. He pulls it out, gives it off, and we get a foul. And going to the free throw line will be Erica Gibson. Been there twice already today and came away empty.
Good defense that last time. Anticipated the pass, got the steal, got the hit-ahead advanced pass. And then you got Gibson at the line.
8 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal in 32 minutes. Coach says he may be one of the most athletic players on this Mississippi Valley team right now. This is a team that last season they won 5 games overall, 4 in conference play. That is Mississippi Valley. They finished 12th. They were 12th in the preseason poll, and they're bringing up the bottom of the order this season again.
And Gibson's got to improve his form at the line. And also, there you go. He held his follow through that time. I thought that one was actually going in. These are just 4 in a row right now.
0-4 at the line.
And that doesn't help. And that's what happens when you're losing. Sticking with the matchup zone. How will JSU attack it?
Cornelius. Down the lane, Evans is bumped. And the foul is against Gibson.
Just what we talked about in the opening. Ken Evans can attack you off the bounce, can get to the mid-range game, plus he can pull up in transition and shoot the 3-ball.
Evans down the lane. Pulls up, waits. The jumper, no good. Great offensive rebound and put back by Trayon Johnson.
Just what Coach Mo was talking about this morning. He expects a big game from Johnson and O'Neal.
Johnson has started the last 11 games for this team. Jackson State Tigers squad.
I tell you, he had a great. I tell you who had a great practice this morning was Cornelius, and he's coming out playing great on-ball defense right now. Sticking with the matchup.
Adams pulls up at the free throw line off the iron. Again, Johnson with the rebound, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. There's a timeout on the floor. 15:44. That's the time remaining. A 1-point game in Jackson.
Ready to go. Come and get it right now. We got what you like now. Every day and night now. Better get here right now.
I'm Edward Delling-Williams, and I'm here in the English Channel for my new series, The French Pub. And we're about to go hunting for Normandy's lobster bounty.
The French Pub with Edward Delling-Williams.
One of my favourite things is just a quick homemade mayonnaise and a little breakfast radish. Just perfect.
An all-new series on Recipe.tv.
Trayon Johnson at the line with 2 shots.
5-4 our score. 1-point ball game. Johnson at the free throw line for Jackson State.
And this is just what Coach Mo talked about this morning. He felt like Johnson and O'Neal really needed to dominate this game. Their size and their athleticism should be a big factor for the JSU Tigers.
6'11" senior out of Chicago at the free throw line. Makes one of 2 free throws. That was the first free throw attempt for Jackson State today. Mississippi Valley's 0 for 4 at the line on both. Those free throws came off the hands, or all 4, I should say, off the hands of Gibson.
Right.
And we're all tied at 5 apiece here. Early on, 15:40 to go, and we're in the first half of play. Jackson State comes into today's game with a pretty good record, 14-16, 10-7 in conference play.
They really wanted to focus defending Raekwon Brown, doing a good job of trying to, once he gives it up, they do not want him to get it back.
Right. He's going to move. Shot clock at 4 seconds. Shot by Danny Washington is good.
Danny Washington is coming off a very good game the other night against Alcorn.
He had 17 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in that game against the Braves of Alcorn. Baseline, here's Jordan. O'Neal, and Jordan O'Neal is fouled by Raekwon Brown. Let's look at that last 3-pointer by Danny Washington. Steady, he can shoot it.
Good shot preparation. Held his follow-through, knocked it down. Nice dribble penetration from Sanders to kick it over to Washington. That was a nice, what you call flex cut that O'Neal just did, and Evans gave it up. Very unselfish player. Got it to O'Neal. O'Neal is a big-time athlete who's getting it done both on the offensive and defensive end.
Well, he came over from Alabama State when Mo Williams took the job. He played for him over at Alabama State, and he makes 1 of 2, but gets the offensive board, puts it back with the flush.
Don't be so mean, young fella. That's the way to go get it, Mr. O'Neal.
And we're tied at 8 apiece. Jordan O'Neal, 8 points on Thursday's season, 352 points here at Jackson State. Had 41 blocks, 169 rebounds, and was shooting 60% from the field.
Right, great ball movement that last time, and great movement without the ball was Raekwon Brown. He utilized the screen on the baseline. Here it is right here. Gets fouled on the three-point shot.
Not something you want to do. Raekwon Brown at the free throw line. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Before Thursday's game, he was leading the conference in scoring. 18.4 points per game. Well, 18.7 points per game, 18.2 for Ken Evans. As of Thursday, when Ken had those 37 points, Ken took over 18.9 points per game, and now Raekwon Brown's at 18.4. Hits 2 free throws already.
And it's good to see those two guys, two quality all-conference SWAC players, going head-to-head against each other today.
He had 12 points and 6 rebounds in that Thursday game against the Braves down at Alcorn State. Makes all 3, and it's a 3-point lead for the Delta Devils.
Off to a really good start. See the guys pointing and talking and communicate. That is so critical when you play a matchup zone.
Mo Williams against this Mississippi Valley team is 4-3 against them. He was 2-2 when he was at Alabama State, and here he's 2-1 against them. But they won the last 2. But the last time Mississippi Valley was in this building, which was a year ago in February, they beat Jackson State.
Yeah, and they're coming to play today. They're not just going to lay down and get the season over with. I could tell that from the way they practiced last night. Spreading the floor, running a little 5-out. Nice little cut that time.
Raekwon Brown down the lane against Ken Evans. It doesn't fall for him, and the defensive rebound pulled down by Kelvion Hunt. Hunt down the lane. Here's Evans.
The Delta Devils better get back in defensive transition because JSU wants to push it.
And now slowed down by Sanders. He'll walk it up the floor.
Yeah, they want to control the tempo. Play at their pace.
82-78 was the score last year when Mississippi Valley won here in Jackson. Nice layup that time all the way for Donovan Sanders.
Big time cross dribble that time by Mr. Sanders. Finished at the rim strong.
5-point lead right now. Sanders with 5 points. Here's Cook down the lane. Puts it up. Nice move by Zeke Cook.
A little crossover step that time by Zeke Cook.
He had 9 points and 6 rebounds off the bench on Thursday against Arkansas Pine Bluff. That was a tight game for them here at the Lee Williams Athletic and Assembly Center. In fact, it was tight. They were up by 17 at one point in Mississippi, I should say Arkansas Pine Bluff, as we get a backcourt violation. They came back and cut it to 3 with just a few seconds to go. Chase Adams came up with some big free throws.
Right. You see that nice crossover dribble, attack the rim by Sanders. And again, you've got to look at your different scoring opportunities. Get the ball in the middle versus this matchup zone.
One of the things Jackson State has been able to do so far today is convert 5 second chance points out of the 10 that they have so far. And let's see here. Defensive ball coming up the floor. Sanders slows it up over to Raekwon Brown.
Sanders is really controlling the game. They call it a 2C play, which is a little floppy action on the baseline. Brown versus Evans.
Shot clock under 10. Pass inside. And 1 second on the shot clock. Should be 1 second on the shot clock. 11:52. And we'll be back. We're going to take a timeout here. It should be 1 second left on the shot clock when we come back.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this.
What, Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi that works all over the house, even the basement.
The basement? So I can finally throw that party? And invite Shannon Barnes. dreams do come true. Xfinity gives you reliable Wi-Fi with wall-to-wall coverage on all your devices, even when everyone is online.
Maybe we'll even get married one day. I wonder what I'll be doing. Probably still living here with Mom and Dad.
Fast, reliable speeds right where you need them. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network.
This is your invitation to experience the exhilaration of the Lexus Performance line and some of the best offers of the year on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood. Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
New on the grill, masters of the game.
Chef doesn't even look up. He's like, Marcus, you can work in this kitchen, but no one will ever support a black-owned restaurant.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
Black food has never been in a better place.
Lots of amazing black chefs all over the place.
Not good, incredible. The language of us being in this space has never been better.
Right here on The Griot. Check your local listings.
The Griot. Everywhere you watch, any way you want to watch, and it's free.
Well, a couple weeks ago, Mississippi Valley finally got into the win column when they beat Prairie View. That wasn't the whole story, though. The broadcast team of Caleb Brunson and Andre Williams, the broadcast students from Mississippi Valley, they kind of went viral with their call in the final moments. They enjoyed it.
That was a big moment. Get number one.
And Andre, that's game! And that will be game! And that will be game! And that's Downfield that first win! First ball, we storm the court! And then we're storming the court! We're storming the court! Oh my God! Oh my God! That's the whole building! That's a complex! That was big on that first win!
They stormed the court, all four people that was in the jury.
And I tell you what, for the Valley to get their second win, they're going to have to do a much better job keeping JSU off the glass. They have 5 offensive rebounds right now. Good.
That was a pretty
advanced pass that time.
And finishing with Jordan O'Neal. But at the other end, they put 2 seconds on that shot clock.
They got a nice play.
Got a nice shot off from Reggie Reynolds that just didn't fall for it. But at the other end, Jackson State comes back and pulls them to within 1 point, 13-12.
That was a nice little curl action that time. Great block.
Ahead is Evans. Evans goes in and slams it down with one hand. And Jackson State gets the lead, their first of the game.
Good team defense that time by the Tigers. Loading up in that paint.
They were down by as many as 5 points.
And again, you see Ken Evans and Raekwon Brown going at each other. It was a great defensive play that time by O'Neal. Hit ahead to Ken Evans, a slam.
They completed a 6-0 run after they were down by 5. And it's 10:52 remaining at the free throw line is Darius Clark.
Darius Clark at the line with 2 shots.
Indianola, Mississippi.
Clark's only shooting 56% from the free throw line. As a team, the Devils are shooting right at 66%. So all these little things, too many turnovers that they haven't, not really shooting the ball very well from the free throw line. These are the kind of things that determine whether you win or lose. These are the kind of things that Coach Ivory talked about last night that they've got to improve. They've been so close, but no cigar. 1-3-1 now, but it's a matchup.
Here's Jordan O'Neal down low. Back outside to Evans. Down the lane goes Evans, pulls back. Thought about the step back, and here's a turnover. Good defensive hands that time from Darius Clark for Mississippi Valley.
Clark has come off the game, come off the bench and done an excellent job giving them a spark. Nice little cut that time. They running what you call a 5-out offense. There's no post play. Just keeping the floor spread so they can attack the paint.
Shot clock under 10 now. Shot clock is 7. There's a step back by Sanders. It's good. And a 3-ball falls for Donovan Sanders.
Nice crossover, a little razzle-dazzle that time. Sanders is coming out playing with a lot of confidence.
Sanders now with 8 points for Mississippi Valley.
Really working hard on the defensive end.
That one doesn't fall. There's a lot good offensive rebound by Zeke Cook. And it's going to stay on Jackson State's end.
Look at that nice little ball handling and a knockdown 3
by the
lefty.
By the lefty. The southpaw.
The southpaw. Get it done, Mr. Sanders.
Kevin Hunt will check out of the lineup for Jackson State. Checking back in is Chase Adams. Fractured his foot back in January. Missed 7 games. 35 is a season high. That came against Florida A&M this year. Here's Evans. He had a 33-point performance before that 37-point put up on Thursday night. That was Ken Evans I'm talking about.
He and Brown are both high major players on the offensive end. They both got high-level skills.
He had 33. Those 33 came against Loyola earlier in the season. Shot clock at 3 seconds right now. And he stepped on the line.
Yep.
Stepped on the line right in front of the Mississippi Valley bench.
The whole bench is calling that. Everybody was pointing.
The referee didn't know.
Well, they let him know.
He didn't need to know.
They let him know that one. Again, Valley is this time they use some little split action off the top. Watch the shuffle cut.
Again, shot clock at 10. High off the glass. Doesn't fall that time for Sanders. Bell in the lineup now.
They did a good job getting back defensively, making the Tigers play 5-on-5.
Evans 3, back iron, and it falls, and a foul. But it's not on the shooter. It's happened away from the ball. So it's not on the shot. It did occur on the shot, but the shooter was not the person that was fouled. It was off ball where the foul occurred. As the ball went up, it looked like it wasn't going to fall in, and that's where the foul occurred.
He got called for pushing down low. Coach Ivory is kind of questioning that call. Got this ball game all tied up with that 3-ball. Good defense on ball by Saunders.
Evans gets a pick that time from Zeke Cook. Cook now goes inside, puts it up, no good. A rebound by Gibson.
That was a grown man move that last time by Cook. He just didn't finish the play. Went strong to the basket.
Set the pick, a little pick and roll, and like you said, didn't finish.
Yeah, went strong. But you got to finish, young fella. Charlie Neal to talk about you.
When you talk about this Jackson State team, the way the season started for them, overall, they played 8 Power 5 schools in pre-conference play. They played Memphis, they played San Diego, they played Tulsa. I think they were 0-13, and they were all on the road before they ever came home and played a home game. Even when they played up in that tournament, they played Howard and North Carolina A&T, which they won. You know, they've been on the road to start the season.
I think that's the Michael P. Jordan tournament up in New Jersey.
Yeah. And they beat Missouri 72-71, or 73-72 rather. And we'll talk about the rest of their pre-conference selections of schools that they played when we come back.
Local listings for times and channel.
HBCU Go Sports Basketball is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network, and by Honda, the power of dreams.
After starting the season 0-5, they went to Missouri and came away with a big win, 73-72. And that was big for them, a Power 5 school, putting up some good numbers. Here's Chase Adams with the turnaround and the follow-up, that time by Zeke Cook. And, of course, it's Jackson State. Here's Chase Adams again with the jumper. And there's the tip back in. And Mo Williams, he's a happy man.
That was a big win for the JSU Tigers.
And right after that, they played Georgetown up in Washington, D.C. Then they beat Arkansas State, lost to Houston, who's #1 team in the nation right now.
Right.
And then came back with another win against Howard University and North Carolina A&T. That was that big tournament up in I believe New Jersey.
Yeah, Michael P. Jordan tournament.
In New Jersey. They also went out to Vegas and played, I believe it was Grambling. It was a tournament out there. I can't remember what it was.
Donovan Sanders is off to a great start. Just nailed 2 at the free throw line, sticking with the matchup zone. Oh, nice little screen by Johnson. For Mississippi Valley to win this game, they've got to do a much better job with the glass. JSU got 5 points off the second chance opportunities. A great pass in that time by the Tigers. I thought Johnson might have gotten fouled, but the refs didn't call it, then it's not a foul.
No question. It's only when I call it. 2-point ball game short. And it comes back out. New shot clock now. George Ivory, the coach's son, is in the lineup now for Mississippi Valley. George Ivory the third. Shot clock at 8 seconds now. Over to Ivory. Back outside. Got to take the shot. Got it off, but it didn't hit anything. Violation. Courtney got a chance to talk to Mo Williams or listen to Mo Williams in that last huddle. What do you have for us, Court?
Hey, Charlie, yes, I was just in that Jackson State huddle. Coach Williams was emphasizing working on the defensive end. He says the offense will come to you. Be patient, let it move to your spots, and let it flow. But on the defensive end, we cannot afford any more possessions. We have to get consecutive stops. The win will come from the defensive side of the floor. Charlie, back over to you.
All right, thank you. Shot that time doesn't fall for Young. It's a Young in the lineup.
And again, JSU is getting second and third opportunities almost every time on the offensive end. The Valley in that matchup zone, one of the things you've got to work on is trying to find a body to block out. You cannot keep allowing the Tigers 2 and 3 opportunities on the offensive end each possession.
Well, look at this Mississippi Valley team, and you talk about the fact that they've only won 1 game this season. Side 7 of their conference losses were in single digits, a total of 49 points. That's an average of 7 points a game. 2 more were by a total of 22 points. So a total of 9 games that they lost against SWAC opponents was a total of 71 points as that one falls down that time for Ken Evans. That's an average of 8 points a game, so that record could very well be 10 and 7.
Right, you win some of those close ones. That was a nice baseline drive that time by Evans. He knows how to score the ball.
And we're tied at 19.
They running a little baseline floppy action. The Devils, nice pass. Ivory trying to get it down low to Hamilton.
First time these two teams met down in Edabina, Mississippi. Raekwon Brown had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He also came up with 3 block shots.
And so far today, he has 5 points with 6 minutes to go in the first half.
The game has been tied 5 times so far today. Chase Adams Takes the three, short, misses everything. Air ball. Chase Adams transferred in here from Salt Lake City Community College. Went to Orr High. He's out of Chicago, Illinois.
He's a young man with a lot of ball handling skills. Got a big heart, even though he's like 5'11", 5'10", plays big.
Preseason's first team all-conference selection. That one doesn't fall that time, and Colty Young grabs the board.
Colty Young is a strong rebounder.
Here's Evans. He was looking for the three. Young with the left shot. Left-handed shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kevion Hunt.
And the matchup zone is doing its job from the defensive end. They just got to make sure that they allow them only one shot. Nice offensive rebound that time.
That's Hunt with that offensive putback. Valley hanging tough in here, up by 2. They were leading Alcorn by 2 at halftime on Thursday night. So Glenn Tewitt saw a foul all the way across the court, and he calls it.
That was a nice step back jump shot by Evans to create the foul situation.
2 shots coming off the hands of Evans. Evans now with 7 points to lead his team. Sanders has 10 points for Mississippi Valley.
And they're doing a pretty good job on Raekwon Brown. Evans comes into this ball game 78%.
Yeah, when you download the HBCU Go app, you'll get the best in black college sports and an array of on-demand programs available on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and on your phone. HBCU Go. We invite you to download it today.
Look for the Delta Devils to try to get Brown more involved in their offensive patterns now, because they really need to get him going. They need to do 2 things: keep the Tigers off the offensive glass and get Brown going.
Danny Washington bringing it all up the floor.
1-4 baseline, low set, high ball screen.
That's off the mark, off the hands of Danny Washington.
Devils doing a good job of getting back, making the Tigers play 5-on-5.
Here's Evans. He scored Jackson State's last 9 points, and he has the ball trying to get 2 more. Puts it off the glass too hard, and a defensive rebound pulled down by the Delta Devils. Walter Hamilton coming up with it.
And that's one of the things they worked really hard this morning on, how to attack the matchup zone. Good move, just missed the shot.
But there's a putback, and there's a miss by Hamilton. Here's Cornelius. Cornelius goes in, has it stripped off the hands of Donovan Sanders, comes up. Here's Raekwon Brown going in. Easy 2 for the senior.
Playing with no fear that time.
From Atlanta.
As Johnson was there, I thought he would go after the block, but he just kind of let him go to the rim.
Yeah, he had a size advantage, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't give any effort that time defensively.
Maybe he didn't. He said, I don't want to be embarrassed.
I don't want to be a poster child.
Inside. Turnaround jumper. Doesn't fall that time for Evans.
Again, the matchup zone is working for the Delta Devils.
And it's a 2-point ball game. Mississippi Valley. Raekwon Brown with 2 more points for his team. He has 7.
Heating up a game day snack? Just toast cereal. Set a timer for 7 minutes.
At Metro, get a new iPhone 12 with 5G. Take amazing pictures and share instantly. You don't take yada yada in life? Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get a new iPhone 12 with 5G for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
Want to know a secret?
more than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret whole body deodorant everywhere.
4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend whole body deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your
Secret whole body deodorant.
Where were you last Friday evening when someone dressed in a nurse's uniform went in that hospital room and killed Jason Hartman? Where were you then?
I was with Doug.
So you were with Doug both times?
Yes.
Objection! Relevancy.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood. Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
I'm not the future, I am now.
Welcome to The Griot, bringing you the stories that move us.
It's very important that everybody is represented. We control how we're produced, depicted, and how we're seen around the world.
From breaking news to culture, politics, and entertainment.
We'll be here every day to keep you on top of what's happening in the world as we know it.
The power in this room is unbelievable. All you have to do is just feel it and believe it.
Available daily on thegrio.com, the Griot Cable Network, and our free streaming platform.
23-21 our score here in Jackson. This is the 100th meeting between these two schools. And it goes all the way back to the beginning of time, it seems like, before we were born.
Yeah, no doubt.
But Jackson State leads the series 51-48. They have won 8 of the last 10, 15 of the last 20, including the last 2. Last year, as I mentioned earlier, right here, it was Mississippi Valley who came out victorious, 82-78. That was back on February 4th of last season. And, of course, Mississippi Valley has done a very good job of stealing the ball and creating turnovers. They have 4 steals to their credit so far in the ball game.
A little full court pressure right now.
Now Jackson State. Now timeout called by Mississippi Valley. And coach, when we talk about earlier, we talked about these two coaches both went to the same high school, Murrah High School. There's some other names that came out of Murrah High School that people will be familiar with. One will be, we're talking about Othello Harrington from Georgetown, who was an assistant at Georgetown, and now with the Knicks, James Robinson, who went to Alabama. And when you were talking about him going to Alabama, one of the things Mo Williams tells us is the reason he went to Alabama was because of James Robinson. And then, of course, Lindsey Hunter, Jackson State, started his career at Alcorn before coming here to Jackson State, played in the NBA. And we're talking about Jackson, Mississippi, and Murrah High School. It's only a couple of miles from where we are right now. And Trey Johnson, who's an assistant coach with Jackson State, he's also a Murrah High guy.
What a great group of alumni from Murrah High.
Mo, George, Othello, James Robinson, Lindsey Hunter. And there's a whole lot more. In fact, the athletic director, Ashley Robinson, Mo Williams, and Tamika Reed, the women's head coach, they all went to Murrah High at the same time.
What a connection.
All at the same time.
What a connection. Unbelievable.
They were all there at the same time. Inside, Colty Young, that's good.
Great offensive execution that time versus the 1-3-1 matchup. As you see, JSU has turned up the defensive intensity. Great coaching by Mo to come out and put some 1-2-2 full court pressure. He's created the tempo that he wanted. And that last time offensively, they did a great job of moving the basketball.
Jordan Johnson picks up that foul. As you look at Mo Williams.
And Mo talked about this morning in our conversations that he felt like his team was rounding into shape for the tournament. They've won 6 out of the last 8 games.
And that's important.
And that's
this time
of the season, when you're a one-bid league, winning the conference tournament and playing your best basketball is in end of February, beginning of March.
Yeah, but that's why they call it March Madness,
March
right?
Madness.
As you look at Mo Williams, one of 5 Division I coaches that played on an NBA championship team. He played with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, with LeBron.
Yeah, certainly did. You named the other 4?
Let me think about it.
Okay. How about Juwan Howard?
Yes.
I'm glad you didn't say no.
Hey, that was a cue, you know what I'm saying? But what about Walton? Was Walton one of them?
No.
I thought he wasn't on the championship.
That's now coaching.
Just now coaching. Okay.
Yeah. Current Division I coaches that played on an NBA championship team. Of course, Mike Woodson.
Yeah, Mike, yeah.
Over in Indiana. Here's Pulte Young, puts it up, and it's good off the glass.
The Tigers have upped their intensity level. They're playing a lot harder right now.
4-point lead. And a whistle.
And it all started when they came out about 3 possessions ago in a 1-2-1-1 full-court pressure. It's changed the tempo of the game. Great coaching strategy by Coach Mo Williams.
That's the biggest lead for Jackson State today. They're up by 4. Right now, they were down at one point by 5. Went on a 6-0 run to tie it up. And it's been back and forth since then. Meanwhile, Cornelius, they inbound the ball for Mo Williams.
The defensive intensity has turned up a whole nother level for JSU. You see the communicating and pointing in the matchup.
On a 6-0 run, the Tigers right now. Cornelius, the lefty, doesn't fall for him, but the Cook with the rebound.
Second chance opportunities.
Here's Kevion Hunt. Kevion Hunt running the offense right now. Adams on the bench. Hunt with the spin all the way across the baseline. Down the lane. Cornelius spin around, and it's blocked away. Knocked away off the hands of Walt Hamilton.
Good timing that time by Hamilton.
Hamilton goes to the sideline right now, and he's replaced in the lineup by Stephon Smith. And he's an interesting story. Stephon Smith played on the football team. He's a defensive end. Played on the tennis team, and he's from Indianola, Mississippi. Comes in about 6'3", 250 pounds. And I was messing with him yesterday about any other sport you're going to play. And he said, baseball, I would love to hit for the fences. I said, he don't want to play in a regular game, you know, first base or anything like that. But he
designated hitter.
He wants to be the DH. And he also, there's a big tennis tournament going on, the SWAC Pod 2 here in Jackson. There's 7 men's teams and 10 women's teams playing this weekend. And he said, I hope they brought my racket because I'll play. When we were down at Alabama State or Alabama A&M a couple weeks ago, there was a Pod 1 of the conference tennis tournament. He played on Saturday in the tournament, then joined the team on Monday at Alabama State to play basketball.
And in watching him practice last night, for a guy his size, he's got very quick feet. That's why he can play tennis.
Lob pass. And they're going to call a foul.
Great execution that time on the blob baseline out of bounds play. Got the little over-the-top pass to O'Neal. Caught it. Put it right up. Got fouled on the play. Great coaching, great play.
George Ivory doesn't like the call.
J.O. at the line shooting 2.
HBCU Go presents the HBCU First Look Film Let's Talk series. We invite you to join us for the exclusive master class that features film and television titans who share their experiences to the next generation of content creators. Catch all the episodes this March on HBCU Go TV, streaming, and on demand. There he is, Stephon Smith, in the lineup now for Mississippi Valley. Of course, George Ivory wasn't happy with that last call. He was really incensed at the officiating at that particular point. It's a 5-point ball game right now. which equals the biggest lead now for Jackson State. 28-25. Air ball. Courtney, you have more on Stephon?
Hey, Charlie, now we just saw number 44, Stephon Smith, check in, but what many may not know is he is a three-sport athlete. He's a member of this Mississippi Valley State basketball team, but he also plays the defensive end on the football team, as well as he is a tennis player during his off seasons. In fact, he's looking to play in an upcoming tennis tournament as soon as this game wraps up. Very admirable for the 6'4" senior.
Yeah, in fact, they have that Pod 2 going on right now here in Jackson. They were supposed to start on Friday, but the rain postponed everything, pushed it back a day. So they're going to play until Monday.
This next 48 seconds are very important.
Nice pass.
Devils.
Yeah, nice finish by Danny Washington.
They attacked, pressed that time, got a layup, and cut this lead to 3. They can stop now and get the ball back. Could be huge for the Devils.
Cook, shot good.
Nice mid-range mid-range at the elbow jump shot that time by Cook. Held his follow-through. Shot looked really good. Hold it for one last shot.
9.6 rebounds for Cook on Thursday against Pine Bluff off the bench. Right now, Donovan Sanders driving down the lane looking for something with 3 seconds on the shot clock, on game clock, and wide open from the corner. It's good at the buzzer. Donovan Sanders buries the 3.
He has had an outstanding first half.
Again, he gets
nice pass.
The pass from Danny Washington. And
bingo.
Hey, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
No, sir. Way to end the half.
Now that'll wrap up the first half. And we have a 2-point ball game, 30-28. Nia Simone's going to join us from our studio in Atlanta for halftime when we come back. You're watching HBCU Go Sports, college basketball. We're in Jackson, Mississippi.
You sure you're trying to do that?
How long are you going to be gone?
You're doing too much. Sure you're trying to do that?
How long are you going to be gone?
You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
You know better.
You need to sit down,
bro. You act like there's nothing to do around here.
Leave it all behind and get out there. The all-new Tacoma.
Your ultimate playground at visitcalifornia.com.
Well, since I haven't heard any of the evidence, that kind of a horse trade is strictly up to you, Mr. Mason.
Well, the evidence I can present is certainly going to have a tremendous effect on public opinion. And that will make it much more difficult to impanel an unbiased, impartial jury when the time comes. No deals, Hamilton. I know you'd rather not show your hand for the benefit of the newspapers, but since my client has the right to a hearing, I think we'll take a look at the cards.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
New on the grill, masters of the game.
Chef doesn't even look up. He's like, Marcus, you can work in this kitchen, but no one will ever support a black-owned restaurant.
Sit down one-on-one with black people who dominate the game.
Black food has never been in a better place.
Lots of amazing black chefs all over the place.
Not good, incredible. The language of us being in this space has never been better.
Right here on the grill. Check your local listings.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood.
Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
Check out this first half play. Jackson State with the big block. And Ken Evans Jr. goes down on the other end with a big old flush down. Mississippi Valley battling Jackson State as the first half comes to an end. Welcome inside our halftime show. I'm your host, Nia Simone, in our Atlanta studios. More of the game in just a few, but first, let's see this week's men's basketball top 10 poll. Check it out.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Lincoln joins this week's poll at number 10. Alcorn State is number 9. In the number 8 spot, it's North Carolina Central with a 17-12 record. Southern University lands at the number 7 spot. Morehouse locks up number 6 spot. At 23-5, Clark Atlanta is number 5. Miles College claims the number 4 spot. Grambling State secures the number 3 spot. At 30-1, Langston remains at number 2. And Norfolk State finishes at number 1. And that's this week's men's top 10 poll. Norfolk State does it again. They end the season at
high grad who played 1 year at Alcorn and then went on to play in the NBA, coached at Mississippi Valley, coached in the NBA. His assistant was an interim head coach for a minute. So Lindsey Hunter is the answer to that question.
Had a great career both in college and in the pros. Nice execution that time by the Devils as Danny Washington knocked down a nice three-pointer, nice shot preparation, got his feet set, sticking with the matchup zone. Poise and patience right now is needed by JSU. Nice attack by Ken Evans.
And he finishes and puts 2 more points on. He has 13 for today. Along with 6 rebounds. That is Evans. The 3-ball falls that time from Reggie Reynolds. He was on the HBCU All-Star watch list also. Senior grad student out of Sparta, Georgia.
He's having a good game today. They're playing very solid, doing all the little things for the Delta Devils.
Keeping them in the ball game. It's an 8-point ball game right now. They were down by 11 just moments ago. Shot clock at 8. And a foul will send Ken Evans to the free throw line. So let's check out our Honda Scholar athlete for this particular contest. Jordan Johnson from Mississippi Valley, grad student with a GPA of 3.88 in bioinformatics. On the other side, Chase Adams, the senior from Jackson State, with a 3.6 grade point average in marketing. So congratulations, Honda Scholar athletes.
Congrats to both of those young men, and I really, Chase Adams is the young kind of guy who young kids ought to aspire to. I mean, he's not the tall, guy you look up in the airport, he's a basketball player. Right. This guy's a regular-looking guy.
Just came on the court.
Right, getting it done, has battled back from a foot injury, and really looking forward to getting into the SWAC tournament next week.
10-point lead now for Jackson State after the free throws made by Evans. Evans adding to his point production today.
Evans versus Brown.
3-ball doesn't fall for Washington. Here's Evans. 37 points on Thursday, 33 earlier in the season, and he's fouled by Jordan Johnson.
Attacking the rim off the bounce is Ken Evans, and I know Coach Mo is very pleased with the way the Tigers are dominating the glass. They're getting one shot, talking about they being Mississippi Valley, and on the offensive end, they're getting 2 or 3 shots. So they're doing what he talked to me about this morning, dominating the glass. Got to make those free throws, young man.
Came into today's game with just under 1,100. I think he's basically over 1,100 career with that 37 points on Thursday. Career points here at Jackson State, and he hits 2 more, and he has 17 points in this contest. Well, no, he had 1 or 2.
He's an elite athlete.
Yeah, he had 1 of 2. That's his first miss of the free throw line. He's 4 or 5 at the free throw line today.
He's mano against Brown, and he's probably looking for that challenge when you're talking about 2 of the better offensive players in the league.
Jordan O'Neal commits a foul. Not a good foul for Mr. O'Neal.
Not that far out. You're supposed to show and hold and until your defensive player can get back. But he held it a little bit too long, and it was a little bit over-aggressive that time on the show.
And he has 3 fouls in the ball game. He's fouled out of 6 games so far this season, more than any other player on the team. They've had 14 players foul out of games, or 14 foul outs throughout the season. There's an errant pass from Ken Evans.
Yes, Coach Young was cutting to the basket. He threw it behind him. But I like the defensive effort that Evans is giving. He's really taking on the challenge of shutting down Raekwon Brown, doing an excellent job. They're trying to post Brown right now.
Mississippi Valley, of course, will not make it to the SWAC tournament this year. Last time they were there was the 2021 season, where they lost to Prairie View. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Reverse layup, and that falls for Jordan Johnson.
With a nice little pocket pass that time by Sanders to Johnson.
Chase Adams back in the lineup right now for Jackson State. Has not scored in this ball game. Tried a 3, but that one falls that time. Colte with the 3 ball. Colte Young.
Getting it done, young fella.
12-point lead now, the biggest lead so far today for Jackson State.
And you can see the overall talent just rising to the top. They got great athletes. They got nice size. They are a threat in this SWAC tournament next week.
Shot clock at 3. Shake and bake. Shot is up off the iron. Reverse and a foul. And that's going to send Jordan Johnson to the free throw line once again. And there's a timeout on the floor as that foul whistled against Zeke Cook. And we'll be back to Jackson in a moment.
HBC Go Sports Basketball is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford proud.
It's not just about how you get there, but what you make happen along the way. Introducing the 2024 F-150. A tradition of excellence, where strength and adaptability meet. Your journey, your legacy to define. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me!
Where were you last Friday evening when someone dressed in a nurse's uniform went in that hospital room and killed Jason Hartman? Where were you then?
I was with Doug.
So you were with Doug both times?
Yes.
Objection! Relevancy.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood.
Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
The Griot. Everywhere you watch, any way you want to watch, and it's free.
Well, the SWAC tournament gets underway next week down in Birmingham, Alabama, and if it ended today, this is the way it would look. Grambling would be the #1 seed. Of course, Alabama A&M coming at number 8. Alabama State would not make it. Grambling's playing Alabama State today down in Montgomery. Texas Southern, the #4 seed, would be taking the #5 seed Bethune. They're leading FAMU right now to stay in that #5 spot. Alcorn also playing right now against Arkansas Pine Bluff, and they would take on Jackson State. That's an old rivalry between those two, right? And then Southern, of course, is the #2 seed. They would take on the 7th seed Arkansas Pine Bluff.
As you look at what's going on in this game, and talking about O'Neal and Johnson, they are doing an excellent job of controlling the glass. Both guys have 7 rebounds apiece, and JSU is leading the Delta Devils on the glass 31-16.
That's a lot.
13 offensive rebounds. And this is, again, what Coach Mo talked about, saying this is how we got to win the game. They come out and done exactly what he's asked them to do.
You know, Jackson State, with 32 of their points, of those 50 points, came in the paint as opposed to outside. Mississippi Valley, most of their points have come from outside. 12 of their 40 only came in the paint.
And it's going to be interesting to see it at some point. Mississippi Valley is going to have to pick up full court.
Shot clock at 4 right now. And it's turnover. Jordan Johnson with the ball in his hands. Raekwon Brown. And it's knocked away, and it goes off of Raekwon Brown. It'll go over to Jackson State.
Got to be a little strong with the ball that time. He was looking for a foul versus trying to finish the play. And obviously the refs didn't see it that way, and ended up having a turnover. And
George Ivory having a conversation.
He was looking for a foul, too.
Yeah.
He didn't get it.
I mean, if I don't call it, it didn't happen, right?
There you go. Again, I'm really curious just to see when. Nice attack by Ken Evans. He is attacking the rim. He's an elite athlete playing downhill the entire second half. He has not been settling for jump shots. He has been attacking the rim.
George Ivory questioning whether that basket should have counted. He's all the way down at half court on the foul. And that's 3 on Jordan Johnson at the free throw line. Ken Evans, 18 points in the contest right now with under 11 minutes to go. Misses a free throw. That's his second miss at the free throw line today.
And I like the adjustment that Ken Evans has made in his offensive game. If the jump shot is not falling, get it to the block, go to the rim, and he's been able to do that. Attacking the rim really, really strong.
In the corner, Jordan Johnson back out to Raekwon Brown. The 3 ball, and that goes down. Very big shot by Danny Washington.
Great offensive execution that time. 2 side ball screens and a baseline runner. Brown hit.
And it's a 9-point ball game.
Hit Washington right in the corner.
Approaching the midway point of the second half off the glass. And it's short, back outside. Here's a 3 from Bell. Bell shot sharp. And here's Jordan. Jordan Johnson with the rebound. Under 10 minutes to go.
JSU doing a good job of getting back, making Delta Devils play 5-on-5.
Raekwon, reverse. Just didn't make it. Puts it up, gets his own rebound, and puts it back.
Nice little Euro step that time.
And it's a 7-point ball game. They were down by 12 just moments ago. And now it's a 7-point ball game. Ball on the floor. 3-on-1. Off the glass, it goes down for Donovan Sanders. And now Mo Williams wants a timeout.
Outstanding effort by Donovan Sanders. Really great on-ball defense.
Well, let's look at the steal. Here it is. And coming away with it, Donovan Sanders. He has 15 points today. Well, you know, there's always the step shows will always be a part of HBCU fanfare, right?
There's no doubt about it.
I'm not sure which fraternity that is. I'm not into the fraternities personally, but
Q's.
oh, thank you.
They look like Q's.
All right, you know.
Wrong fraternity though.
All right.
Got a ripped jersey.
9-2 run, I should say, for Mississippi Valley to pull to within 5. They were down 12. They were down 50-38, and right now it's a 5-point ball game, 52-47.
Just what I talked about 5 minutes ago. Valley needed to come out and apply a little pressure. They did that, and they kind of turned this game around a little bit. Now they've got to do it. Johnson's got to do the job. He's one-on-one versus Ken Evans.
Here's Chase Adams. He takes it up. Hasn't scored yet today. Here's Jordan Johnson with the rebound. He's done a pretty good job on the boards for Mississippi Valley today.
He has brought energy to this game, has Johnson.
He has 3 rebounds right now. Raekwon Brown, baseline. Gets it back outside. Johnson, not a shooter. Looking to pass it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Raekwon Brown.
And it's good. Bingo! Big time shot.
And it's a 2-point ball game.
He accepted the challenge that time. Got it done.
He has 11 points in the ball game. Turnover. Here come the Delta Devils. Sanders, Raekwon Brown, and one. Scored a basket. All tied at 52. And Brown going to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Started with that 3-pointer. The steal.
Nice jab step. Shot the 3 ball and finished strong at the rim that time. Look, kiss off the glass.
Colter Young picks up the foul, and he's at the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play. Raekwon Brown, 5 of 7 at the line today. He's missed a couple. Let's see if he can give his team their lead. They haven't led since the first half when they led it, and he misses, and it's still tied at 52.
What a nice sequence of defense by the Devils.
Under 8 minutes to go in this one. It was a 12-point lead for Jackson State. All the way back comes the Delta Devils. Hunt off the glass. No, short. Hunt with the rebound offensively to Cook. And Cook finishes. Zeke Cook with his 8th point of the day.
Again, second chance points.
Look at their steal. This has put them back in the ball game. Off the hands of Donovan Sanders. Over to Raekwon Brown. And Raekwon Brown, he has 14 points for the Delta Devils.
This is not just a stop for allergy meds. This is a great price on what you need to survive the season.
Quick question.
Backed by an expert.
Okay.
This is value. Right in your neighborhood.
Thanks so much.
Walgreens.
Tired of yada yada like exploding bells?
Hey, I'm done with this yada yada.
I'll get the paperwork.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. At Metro, there's no contracts, no exploding bills, and nada yada yada.
Well, since I haven't heard any of the evidence, that kind of a horse trade is strictly up to you, Mr. Mason.
Well, the evidence I can present is certainly going to have a tremendous effect on public opinion. And that will make it much more difficult to impanel an unbiased, impartial jury when the time comes.
No deals, Hamilton. I know you would rather not show your hand for the benefit of the newspapers, but since my client has the right to a hearing, I think we'll take a look at the cards.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood.
Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
I'm not the future, I am now.
Welcome to The Griot, bringing you the stories that move us.
Very important that everybody is represented. We control how we're produced, depicted, and how we're seen around the world.
Available on thegriot.com, the Griot cable network, and our free streaming platform.
HBCU Go Sports Basketball is brought to you by Dodge, powered by Dodge, domestic, not domesticated, and by Verizon, the network you want for your phone and home.
And we're back here. Lee Williams, Athletic and Assembly Center. The referees, while we were on a break, they were checking to make sure that buzzer beater by Raekwon Brown was actually a 3 as opposed to a 2. He did do the step back, and apparently his foot was outside the line, or if it was inconclusive, they didn't change it. They're still saying it's good.
Right, it was close. It was a nice jab step to create space. And now JSU is going back to the pressure that got them to lead early on in the second half, late in the second half. And they increased the turnover right there.
3 lead changes, 8 ties in the ball game. And 3-point field goals favor Mississippi Valley in the second half, where they're 4 of 5 as opposed to only 1 of 3 for Jackson State.
Great adjustment out of the timeout by Coach Williams. Nice hand.
And there's a steal. Foul. That'll send Danny Washington to the free throw line.
Both teams, Charlie, over the last 3 minutes have picked up their defensive intensity. At 9:25, Valley was down 52-47, turned that defense up, and now out of that last timeout, you see JSU changing their defensive intensity with that 1-2-1-1 full court pressure.
Good hard foul by Zeke Cook to not allow the layup to go in.
That's right. If you're going to foul on a layup, you can't allow that guy to make it. Don't be dirty, but just be physical.
Mississippi Valley in the bonus. 17 fouls against Jackson State, only 4 against Mississippi Valley here in the second half.
That could be huge.
And both free throws made by Danny Washington. And we're tied at 54 once again. 7:05 to go.
And give the Delta Devils a lot of credit, man. They have nothing to play for, but they are really getting after it. They could have laid down.
Well, they're playing for pride, and they've never given up all season long. As I mentioned earlier, they have 7 games in which they've lost in single digits. That one finally rolls in for Zeke Cook.
Nice up and under that time by Cook. A little pressure. You see the 1-2, 1-1. You got to get somebody to the middle.
Almost a turnover. Jordan Johnson saves it. Raekwon Brown settles things down, and they'll start it all over with Sanders running the offense for George Ivory.
Only 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Shot clock under 10 now. That one's off the back of the iron. Down the lane goes Evans. Euro step and 1. He'll score the basket. Don't score the basket, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Nice Euro step that time. And again, he is attacking off the bounce, playing downhill, not settling for jump shots. He is getting to the rim, either creating an offensive situation where he gets fouled or finishing at the rim.
Jordan Johnson picks up his 4th foul, and that'll send Ken Evans to the free throw line. He is leading all scorers in this game. He has 18 points at the free throw line today. He is 5 of 7. 6 of 8.
Nice form that time. Held his follow through. He has been the difference offensively in the second half for JSU, and he's changed his game from being on the perimeter, just taking it and trying to create fouls off the bounce.
Reggie Reynolds comes in to replace Jordan Johnson, who goes to the bench with 4 fouls. Second free throw missed by Evans, and it's a 3-point ball game, 57-54.
Looks like we got a little 1-3-1 half-court trap by the Tigers.
Inside. And stolen away. Good hands defensively by Colty Young. Alley-oop. Back outside. They'll start all over. Settle things down. Goes Kevion Hunt.
That last time, Walter Hamilton's got to look to attack when he gets the ball down low.
Jordan O'Neal. Easy two. Short range jumper. Minutes to go in this one. Danny Washington for three, and it's good. Danny out of Greenville, Mississippi. Came in here from East Mississippi Community College. Had 17 points against Alcorn on Thursday. And continues to do a good job here.
What a big three that time by Washington.
13.
Shot that with a lot of confidence.
13 points for him today. And it's a 2-point ball game.
And a good coaching move right now by Coach Ivory, getting Brown back in the ball game, because they're going to need Brown, Washington, and Sanders to do what they do offensively to win this basketball game.
O'Neal, power down low, puts it up, reverse, no good. Battle for the loose ball, coming all the way out of bounds, no. It was out of bounds. Who's out of bounds? I thought it went out on Evans, but it stays Jackson State ball.
Great effort that time by JSU to battle on the glass, to throw it over the top and beat first man to the ball wins. Great effort that time by JSU.
Yep. Well, we saw Danny Washington. He has 4 3-point field goals in this ball game, and we get a whistle. His season high was 5, and that came against Arkansas Pine Bluff. So let's see if he can surpass that number from earlier in the season.
And O'Neal is just playing big boy basketball right now. He just bully, back you down, turn his left shoulder, and go with the right-hand jump hook. Just big boy basketball.
16 fouls against Mississippi Valley. And next one, it'll be a 1-on-1 situation for Jackson State.
It is
Jordan
again.
O'Neal. Nice.
That's all he's doing.
That baby hook.
Yep, putting that left shoulder in your chest and say, you can't stop this. Elite athleticism. Big offensive possession right now for Mississippi Valley.
And there's a 3-ball. Coming off the bench and doing a good job that time, Reggie Reynolds.
Big time shot, Mr. Reynolds.
Masai, you and I sat down during the week as a travel, and there's a turnover, and there's a timeout on the floor. We'll talk about it when we come back. We talked about who we feel were the top players on the HBCU Go perspective in the SWAC this season. We'll talk about it when we come back.
Where were you last Friday evening when someone dressed in a nurse's uniform went in that hospital room and killed Jason Hartman? Where were you then?
I was with Doug.
So you were with Doug both times?
Yes.
Objection. Relevancy.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
We unleash the best in HBCU.
Everybody behind me is so excited.
Excellent ball movement.
Look at the athleticism.
HBCU Go Sports. Go Tide.
Wants to take off. Yes, sir.
I'm not mad at the speed.
Let's jump this good.
Let's go dominate this football.
Wow. All the sounds, flavors, pageantry, history that HBCUs have to offer.
ball game. As we were going to break, we talked about, you and I sat down this week and looked at who we felt were the top players in the SWAC as far as HBCU Go is concerned, and the stats prior to Thursday game. So they were a little bit updated, but the defensive player, I should say, the player of the year, in our opinion, Jeremiah Kendall, the 6'7" senior from Alcorn. They've won 8 straight games right now going into today's action. On the defensive side, young man in this game here, Jordan O'Neal from Jackson State, 6'7" senior. He leads the conference in block shots with 40, a couple double-doubles, averaging 12.7 points per game. And then we looked at the newcomer of the year, and we looked at the kid from Southern University, Tijani Diamasi, as a basket goes up, no good, and a whistle will get and it's going to go the other way. It's going to go against Jackson State.
It was a pushing foul that time from behind.
Tiger foul, Trayon Johnson, his third.
What did George Ivory have to say, Courtney?
Yes, Coach Ivory was fired up in that last huddle. He was telling his team one possession at a time, but every possession matters. Every ball, go get it, play together, and come out with a win. That will be just the kiss of the cherry for what he needs to end on a high note for this season.
All right. So we were talking about the newcomer of the year, Diamasi from Southern University, leads the SWAC in assists and assist-to-turnover ratio, 3rd in the conference in steals. Our 6th man of the year, Rashad Williams, grad student from Arkansas Pine Bluff, comes off the bench the last 11 games, 1st in the SWAC in threes per game. And our coach of the year, we gave it to Kevin Johnson over at Southern University. Did a great job in his first year as the head coach. Team was picked to finish 5th in the preseason poll, currently tied for 2nd with Alcorn.
I talked to Coach Mo about Coach Johnson this morning, and he said, just as we alluded to, he has done an outstanding job. Big free throws right now for Reynolds. Knocks both of them down. Nice little soft touch as it puts the Delta Devils ahead, 62-61, 3:05 left to go in this ball game. We got a white knuckler going on here, Charlie.
Mississippi Valley, 10 3-point field goals, tying the team's season high. They had 10 against Arkansas Pine Bluff earlier. First lead change in the 2nd half right now. And blocked from behind by Johnson. Jordan Johnson with the big block from behind. And we're down to 2:35 to go in this one. And it's a good one. 62-61. Jackson State did play one overtime game this year, and that was to Alcorn. They lost that one 73 down in Lorman, Mississippi. And that layup.
What a nice blow by that time.
Sanders.
By Sanders. He's had an outstanding game. Great on ball. Oh, what a great screen by O'Neal.
Wide open from the corner, the lefty. Yeah, that falls down for Colty Young. And it ties it at 64.
Tigers need to stop fans. Let them hear you.
There's the block from behind by Jordan Johnson. And then they scored down at the other end. This is a good one.
No doubt about it.
And, you know, when you look at this, that's why I'm saying the record of Mississippi Valley is not indicative of the play that they've had this year. 7 games, they lose by single digits, and they're in this one. That's short.
A big-time rebound. By a two-handed big rebound.
By O'Neal.
Each
team with 2 timeouts remaining. We're down to 1:25 to go. From the corner, here's Cook. Spins, puts it up with the left hand. He's fouled, and he's going to the line.
Nice dribble drive that time by Cook. Come back and utilize the offhand.
While the ball is in play, do not play while the ball is in play. Thank you.
That foul was whistled against Reggie Reynolds.
Cook's 2 for 2 so far today from the charity stripe.
He has 10 points.
He's the big 2 right here.
5 rebounds with Zeke Cook.
The other thing you want to emphasize is blocking out. Do not let JSU get an offensive rebound.
He is from Starkville, Mississippi. Went to Northeast Mississippi Community College before coming over here. Had a double-double this year against Georgetown, where he put up 17 points and 10 rebounds. Right now he has 5 rebounds in this game. And he's perfect at the line. He has 12 points. He's 4 for 4 at the strike.
2 big ones right there.
Or 11 points, I should say, for him. 2-point lead for his team.
Brown's got to want the basketball.
Raekwon Brown with 16 points for Mississippi Valley. Shot clock at 10 seconds. The dance by Donovan Sanders gets it over to Washington. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Sanders takes the 3 with the left. It's good!
Bingo! Don't be so mean, young fella.
67-66. 1-point Valley lead. Chase Adams, rather. The floater, no good. Back outside, Coach Young, no good. Chase Adams pulls it down. Another shot. And the first basket of the day.
3 shot opportunities, just what we've been talking about all game. You've got to keep JSU off the offensive glass. 3 shot opportunities, 3 offensive rebounds. Chase Adams finishes a nice little kiss off the glass.
And that's his first basket of the game for him. First points for Chase Adams this afternoon, as he's missed 7 games for that fractured foot. Mississippi Valley 0-2 in games decided by 3 or fewer points. Jackson State right now, they're 2-1 in those same games. Let's look at our Dodge player of the game. Here's Chase Adams off the glass, kisses it in. His first basket of the day, and gives his team a 1-point advantage with 25 seconds to go.
After 3 offensive rebounds, just what we've been talking about all game long. The Delta Devils allowed when they needed to get 1 rebound, 1 stop, get a rebound. They didn't do it. That's the difference in the ball game right now.
Mississippi Valley with 1 timeout left. Jackson State with 2 remaining. It's a good one here at the Lee Williams Athletic and Assembly Center. Last year when Mississippi Valley was here, they came away with a victory over Jackson State. Jackson State trying to hold on. They're guaranteed a spot in the tournament coming up next week. Mississippi Valley can't go, but they're playing for pride.
And when you talk about the finale for HBCU Go basketball season, what a great game. You look at the records and you think, well, maybe this is not going to be such a great game. This has been a barn burner. Give both teams credit for coming out here giving maximum effort this afternoon.
This game has been tied 11 times. There have been 7 lead changes. .25 seconds to go. Mississippi Valley has to go to full length of the court. Down by 1. 18 fouls against Jackson State, 7 against Mississippi Valley. Shot clock, game clock, under 9. Back outside, down the lane, stolen away, a strip. Game's over.
I don't understand how Raekwon Brown does not touch the ball in that sequence. I don't understand that one.
Yeah, it is a little rough. He should have at least touched the ball.
He did not touch the ball for 25 seconds. You got to be able to get him the basketball to let him see what he can do with it.
68, 67. And there's the big steal that time by Jordan O'Neal. And let's see, they're dribbling inside. Here's Donovan Sanders going in and loses the ball. And here's Jordan O'Neal. He takes it down the floor. The clock has run out, and Jackson State comes away with the victory, 68-67. And today's player of the game brought to you by Verizon. And it is Ken Evans, 19 points. with 6 of 17 from the field. Rebounds number 9 for him. Great game for him, the leading scorer in the conference this year.
Did what he had to do.
And Brown with 16. And again, it's been a great season for us here at HBCU Go Sports. It was great working with you again, Cy, and we're glad everybody could be with us. And for all of us, Courtney Tate, Cy Alexander, and all of us here at HBCU Go, Charlie Neal saying so long from Jackson, Mississippi.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this.
What, Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi that works all over the house, even the basement.
The basement? So I can finally throw that party and invite Shannon Barnes.
Dreams do come true. Xfinity gives you reliable Wi-Fi with wall-to-wall coverage on all your devices, even when everyone is online.
Maybe we'll even get married one day.
I wonder what I'll be doing.
Probably still living here with Mom and Dad.
Fast, reliable speeds right where you need them. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network.
Y'all ready? Ready.
This is your invitation to experience the versatility of the Lexus line of SUVs and some of the best offers of the year on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
What was so special about Magnolia House in the Green Book?
In the 50s, we were the only hotel of prominence between Richmond, Virginia and Atlanta, Georgia for blacks to stay. And so being that, we have just had the opportunity to host some really special guests. That when James Brown would come through, he'd be out in the street playing with the kids. Louis Armstrong, he'd be here for like 3 weeks at a time, and he just, he'd be eating biscuits and molasses and cleaning his trumpet. Just, this is their safe place to just really get away from the hustle and bustle of their world of artistry or whatever they were into. But then, of course, Jim Crow.
You're among very few left of Green Book hotels, Green Book locations in Greensboro, right?
Correct. So we are the only fully restored Green Book hotel in Greensboro. That's structurally and functionally. And so everyone that comes and spends time in the space today, they get to feel it and experience it and learn from it, just like all of our historic guests that did. So you're going in the very door that James Baldwin did. You're walking the very halls that he did. You're staying in the very rooms that these guests stayed in. And that's how we educate people. Greensboro, it is so deep and so rich, and we don't truly get to understand and learn the true history of Black Greensboro. That's why people should come, and they should dig in.
Coming up on Cafe Mocha, we top off our journey around the big three of the Carolina core as we make our way to one of the biggest little gems in the state, High Point. Everyone knows the community is only as strong as the people who live there, and High Point, North Carolina is a shining example of that. This quaint American town operates like a big city, solely because of its business owners and its residents. With constant growth and diversity, the city of High Point continues to pave the way for innovation in the manufacturing and entertainment sectors. Known as the home furnishings capital of the world, High Point is home to the High Point Market, the world's largest wholesale home furnishing show open to retailers and design professionals. The city of High Point's Catalyst project is also bringing 15 to 20 new restaurants and shops, a centralized gathering space, and 250 new residential housing units to the area surrounding the newly opened baseball stadium of the High Point Rockers. Creating not only space, but opportunities for entrepreneurs to grow and develop their own business ventures and create avenues for women and minority-owned businesses as well. Well, one woman wanted to come back home to High Point, North Carolina to build her business, but she didn't stop there. She found a way to help other businesses elevate their brands and excel when it comes to Black excellence. Whitney Middlebrooks, the founder and CEO of Black Lux & Company. Let's talk about how you got into this business and what the vision was when you started out with Black Lux & Company.
My background in education is graphic design, marketing, and communications. And I've always been very in the trenches of Black people, people that look like me, issues that affect me. And so I wanted to have that platform where I can create my business that elevates Black excellence, along with offering those services to smaller entrepreneurs as well.
Let's talk about the Black Lux Expo. So you've been doing this now for a few years.
Yes.
And how did you get that started? What has the community response been?
Well, so honestly, it was literally just to announce my business initially. And when I tell you this thing has grown to the point where I can't even believe it, but I'm so grateful that people want to be involved. Hundreds of businesses that are actually traveling as far as Florida to come to High Point, North Carolina. I'll be like, I did that. So this year, we're actually creating more experiences. So we're going to have live music. We'll also have a financial part where God's going to give us some information about financial wellness, financial literacy. And we also have partnered with another sponsor to do some mobile health screenings for diabetes, high blood pressure. It's just so key to me to just connect us. We got stuff for the kids. Literally, there's something for everyone.
What's your vision for this expo? Where do you see it in the next 10 years?
Wow, I see the expo just being the thing to think about of the year, like when's the expo, when's the expo? My goal is to keep it here and grow it, expand, get other celebrities and other talent and entertainment come to High Point. Not only just for furniture market, but coming for the expo to revel in Black excellence, entrepreneurship, and everything in between.
Coming up on Cafe Mocha, it's time to kick back and enjoy the fruits of our labor and jam out to some of the greatest jazz musicians and help celebrate 11 years of one of the most coveted annual music festivals in the world. With all of its food, art, and culture, there's no doubt the Carolina core is rich with history. But one little known fact for many of us around the world is the amount of music and entertainment that is born right here. And nothing exemplifies that more than the celebration of one of the area's native sons and possibly jazz music's biggest name, John Coltrane. Since its inception in 2011, the John Coltrane International Jazz and Blues Festival has succeeded in bringing the very top names in jazz, paying homage to the blues, and celebrates the life and musical legacy of the jazz genre's greatest artists. Many of whom have not only been inspired by Coltrane himself, but are passionate about continuing the legacy of his music, continuing to provide support and avenues to those less fortunate to develop and thrive in music and business.
About your song Superwoman. It is timeless. You got on the stage as soon as the music starts. We all know you are the real life Superwoman. What does it mean for you to have generations of people, not just people who, like me, who grew up with the song, but people who weren't around when the song came out, who still know all the words?
I'm just blessed that they saw me. Like I said, at 23, I didn't know nothing about being a Superwoman. But I guess they saw it in me because for me, my journey, I left the business, been gone for 18 years, coming back, persevering through a whole new business and getting back in here. And I feel like I'm a superwoman now. So I can really say that it's definitely a timeless classic. And if you have one in your catalog, you're blessed. So I thank God I got one.
We can't let you go without talking about how you give back to other women through your foundation.
Yes.
women entrepreneurs. I love that you're investing in other women. Talk about that.
I have a lot of experience in business, and I wanted to share that with these up and coming, because there were people starting businesses online every day, and it's like, well, I'm like, do you know how to set up your LLC? So I would find myself, when I do these interviews, I would be talking about, finances and financial literacy. And so I said, I need to do something. And so I'm really excited, because I'm hoping that this year I will be able to do a concert and give back to the women, just because, I love women. Women are just incredible. We do it, all the obstacles, right? It's like, we don't see it. You get what I'm saying? Some people would crumble at all the stuff that women really can do. So please go to KarenWhiteFoundation.com, sign up. I'm always doing grants every year, so your business may get a grant. So definitely sign up at KarenWhiteFoundation.com.
That about wraps it up for us here in North Carolina. We hope you enjoyed all the culture the Carolina Core has to offer, and make sure to make this a stop on your travel journey. Be sure to tune in every week to Cafe Mocha TV and Cafe Mocha Radio for more information on this and more. And visit us at cafemocha.tv.com and all of our social channels. From all of us here at Cafe Mocha, we'll see you next time. Now, I'm about to head back in here.